Welcome back. Today we're joined by Amanda, who volunteers with the American Heart Association to talk about the Paint the Town Red, one of the organization's signature event. And this year marks a major milestone, 25 years of raising awareness and critical funds to fight heart disease and stroke. Thanks for being here. Great to see you, Amanda.
Yeah, great to be here. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
So why did you decide, why did you decide to volunteer with AHA?
Yeah, I mean, when I moved to Arkansas, I was going to multiple different charitable events with, different nonprofits. And when I went to my first American Heart Association event, it was the Heart Ball, and I absolutely loved it. And so I wanted to know how else could I get involved. And Paint the Town Red was looking for volunteers, and so that's how I got there. But it's near and dear to my heart. My family has a history of heart disease, and so I just want to do my part.
Yeah.
So,
It means something to you.
Yeah.
How do you think that the Paint the Town Red event compares to like other fundraisers that American Heart does?
Yeah, it's very non-traditional, right? It's a very casual event. There's no sit-down dinner, right? Like sometimes there's, black tie events or luncheons, and this is more of a casual kind of get-together celebration of everything that AHA has done. And it's, they say you can wear your shorts and your sundresses. So it's just very casual. And a lot of people like that vibe, right?
Absolutely.
Takes a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah. It's just like a fun summer party.
It is. And especially, like you said, it's in the summer, right? So you're wearing those shorts because it's kind of indoors and outdoors at the same time, right? So it's a very relaxed
Sip and mingle, have a good time.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it's the 25th year. I know I just read that, but that's kind of a huge milestone. Is anything special planned to kind of celebrate that milestone?
So we do have a record amount of local restaurants that are going to be there this year, which is really exciting, and also a record number of lounge kind of bar areas for the guests to also experience. And we're also kind of taking it a little bit back to the roots of how American Heart Association has started and going back to our red color. And so the theme is red, white, and shimmer too, because we always have to have a little bit of glam in there.
Of course.
So we're excited to see everyone kind of, glammed up with the red, going back to our roots, but we're also going to have like 75 different disco balls there. So we're going to keep the party going.
If you don't bring your own shimmer, there's going to be shimmer all around.
75 disco balls.
Everybody goes home with a disco ball.
You get a disco ball. So how can folks get involved with the AHA if they're interested?
There's multiple different ways. One obviously being, like monetary donations, right?
Sure.
So if you have the means to donate, any amount is going to help with, the research for heart disease and stroke, but also educating, fellow communities and things. But volunteering, like I do, is also an option, right? There's 5 different events just within Northwest Arkansas for AHA. So they're always looking for volunteers, whether it's, leading up to the event, setting up, tearing down, or the day of, or even at the local office here in Fayetteville. They're always looking for volunteers. And then the last part, which I think is the easiest at an individual level, is being an advocate and being proactive in your own lifestyle, right? How can we live healthier lifestyles, be more active, think more consciously about our diet. A lot of people don't know, but a lot of heart disease and stroke is preventable, right? And so it really starts with that kind of mild lifestyle change. And so the more that we can do, educating not only ourselves, but our fellow, community, our family members, coworkers, friends, can go a long way.
Yeah, sure. You just said 75 different restaurants represented at this event. Is that what you said?
Nope, that's 75 disco balls.
Okay, I was like 75. I had the number 75 stuck in my head.
Yeah, we'll have 20 different restaurants, local across all of NWA.
Awesome.
And then 20 different bar and like lounge spots throughout the event.
It's kind of a competition. I think that might be something that folks don't know, is that those restaurants, those local eateries are competing against each other for the best top prize, right?
Yep. So everyone, you're supposed to try one of everything, right, and get a good feel for it. And then if you want to, you can vote. And then there is kind of like an award for the best restaurant at the end. So
just a reminder, this one's coming up on the 21st of this month at JJ's Live here in Fayetteville. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, yeah.